Hello and welcome. I have a nasty habit, and that habit is when it comes to test worlds, I just seem to make a lot of them, and I seem to abandon them very quickly and move on to the next. For example, within the last 5 or 4 months, I've had 3 separate test worlds, and that's not necessarily my fault. The problem was that the first one got corrupted because I was trying to make a huge infinity room that was like 100 by 100 blocks across, and the whole map just lagged out and then it stopped working. The second one, well, I don't know, I just abandoned it and went on to this one. But that's, I guess, my thing. You like test worlds because I like testing. So this one is my newest test world. It hasn't got much in it right now. It's basically just a whole lot of lava, bones, and destroyed builds, I guess. Although there are a few intact ones. For example, over here is where I tried to design a roof and it went really badly. I'm not a good builder. In fact, I am such a not a good builder that recently I've been trying to find out if anyone gives lessons in building. Like, I'm willing to pay, like not too much, like $25 an hour maybe? I don't know, it would have to depend on what they're willing to take. Maybe less than that actually. But I would be willing to pay for proper lessons from someone who is actually really good at building. I don't want to watch YouTube videos and that teaching you how to build though, because I don't like that. But that's how bad I am at building. I also have other things, like for example over here, I just tested out what happens when you have the two new vines meet each other, and they can't meet. Because the crimson vine, when you dangle it down, the last block is very small. It's only that small, but it still takes up the entirety of the block here, so they can never actually meet. However, that doesn't mean that if you going up, hold on, if you go up, that doesn't mean you don't automatically start going up into the red, but they never meet tip to tip, I guess. I also was trying out some more things with my particle, whatever it's called, decorative thing. With this, I already used the cauldron, and I wanted to see what it would look like with a lectern. I like it. I also tried to do it in a whole patch, but unfortunately these flat worlds are just too thin. I wish there were another like 5 to 10 blocks thicker, and I'm not smart enough how to do that on my own, so I never did. I also was testing out chests in different containers. For example, see this shulker box and see this shulker box. This one has something in it, this one doesn't. While you're in creative mode, if you break the one that's empty, it breaks. But if you break the one that has an item in it, it drops. So I find that really cool. Also, over here, see how the netherite blocks are spread out here, but they're kept in a bunch here. If you break this, it's all pretty much in one bunch or bunches. But if you break this, it all flies out separately, and then it slowly goes together. Like, I find that really, really cool. It's just a really cool detail about how you place things in containers. Like, you do the same here, you can really tell the difference. I mean, it still sort of splits it out, but you saw how much more it did it just because the things weren't in a pile. Those sort of small details are things I really love. Another small detail, of course, being how you can bounce on beds. Boom, 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 boom. That is really, really fun. I really, really like how Mojang does those sort of small stuff that you don't really notice. Like, I didn't notice the beds until a recent video I did when I was jumping around and I jumped on the bed and I went bounce. But it's just really fun. Now, a few other things I've been doing in here is, of course, upwards lifting bubble columns. Anyone who knows me knows that those are my passion. I love upwards lifting bubble columns, and I love seeing how they interact with tipped arrows and other projectiles. But I also was trying what's it called? This. Basically, I made a hollow block out of the fireproof nether wood, and then I filled it with a block of dark oak, set fire to the inside, and it all pretty much burned away and left it intact because I just wanted to see if there was any chance of all of them being destroyed. But no, they're completely coded differently. I don't know, I don't even know what I was trying. But over here is a huge block of bone, which I use for my ASMR video. I think I've got the sound off so you can't really hear it. But please know, out of all the block sounds, bone is my favorite, probably. I also have over here a little mushroom house. Now this house I'm actually quite like it's nothing special, it's just a mushroom, not even a particularly fancy one, it's just a pretty ordinary mushroom. But I built this on a server that I was playing on. It was well, it was actually quite a small server. The whole area was enclosed in a world border. It was a server where they were focusing on the Nether more because the Nether had infinite, but you had like a couple of hundred blocks, like 200. I think it started off at 100 by 100 blocks or something, or 200 by 200. I can't remember. It did slowly grow a little bit, but when I left, it was still like 350 by 350, so not much. But I spent a bit of time on that server, a couple, 10 or 20 hours, most of it digging, because here's the thing, when I'm on servers, I like diamonds, I like to get lots of diamonds, so within a few days of that server being up and running, I had a couple of hundred diamonds. I was by far the wealthiest. I had more than half a stack of diamond blocks, I think, I can't remember, but I hadn't had a house, so I built this house, and then I got bored. I'm not going to say anything about it, but I didn't enjoy the server anymore, so I got left with this house, and I left the house. I had only just built it, it was empty, it was as empty as this is. But I of course pre-designed the house here. In fact, if you go over here, I actually first built the cap of the mushroom out of stone. I don't know why, but I did, and that's this here. But I also have a few lava things around. That one was because I wanted to test some menu commands, blah blah blah. But I don't really. The same with this straight here. But that's about it for this test world. I don't really want to get into too much. I feel like I've talked way too long already. Thank you for watching.